Yes, those that will be joining me now, I'm going to be connecting on the space. We'll be connecting on the space, and I am right there on that space with Mike Arnold and many other people. So they're asking questions, and then they're interacting with Mike. So I want to get there and give my own submission also in the discussion. So I will be putting up the space. I will be putting up the space. So if you're coming in, just hit the like and hit the share button. Let's connect with let's connect with my channel on space. My hand is already raised there, so we're gonna be okay. Okay. Let me share the
Paying judges should not be
right
trying
there.
to monkey with our
Let's
election
go.
that
So,
we are
God's
looking to
will,
elect our leaders.
God's will. I agree, and that's what I've called for. Again, after that, what is the
Then
vision? Take me, say everything happens the way you want it to. Take me 5 years down the road. Describe what you see. What is it you're working towards? What do you want? Don't tell me how you want to
one,
get there. Tell me what you want at the end of it.
okay, so one, we need a restructure of the country. When I mean restructure, we copied Nigerian copied some components, copy the governance system and electoral system of the United States. We copied, but we are not implementing the best practices. I'll give an example, like the oil and gas. I work in oil and gas. If you want to drill oil and gas in Texas, you apply to the Texas Railroad Commission, you get a license, you talk to the landowners, you talk to the rancher, you say, okay, look, I'm going to drill for some oil in your property. And when I get for every dollar I make, I'm going to pay you 20 cents.
Yeah,
And then when I pay you 20 cents, then I return 50 cents to my investors and to people that put money together to drill this oil. And then I will give the government 30%, 30 cents, which is the taxes you pay.
yeah,
And it keeps it very simple. Every state has their responsibility. Like the Texas Railroad Commission is for
yeah.
Texas, the OCC is for Oklahoma, the ECMC is for Colorado. So there is no
Okay,
reason why.
okay, Godswill.
Guys,
Yeah,
well,
could you round off,
yeah,
please?
that's
Thank you.
good. You're getting really detailed. A lot of people want to talk, so just round it up, please. You're doing great. I appreciate it.
Okay, and then I'm going to round up with this. We have to ensure that our justice, our judiciary, is not being bought and paid for by the executive branch because that is what is happening now. Every time you challenge those criminals, they tell you go to court because they know all the judges in the court has been bought and paid for. And then last but not the least, people should have the freedom to serve and worship who they want. You shouldn't have Sharia being imposed all across the country like it's being done right now, that insists that Christians will have to be Muslims. And that is why you have the terrorists rampaging villages and forcing and attacking churches and forcing Christian communities to denounce their faith and embrace Allah. There is no country, no Western civilization that forces Christians or Muslims to align themselves with a particular religion. So for me, that's the top three: freedom of worship, freedom of expression, allowing people to criticize the government and demonstrate if they see how they see fit, and then three, allowing people to manage their assets, restructure, so that people you're not going to have to see a situation whereby in Nigeria, where the government is going to be robbing communities of their assets like they do in Niger Delta and spilling. I work in oil and gas in Nigeria and
Uh,
spilling huge amount of
Thank
ecosystem
you.
with
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
God's
polluting.
will.
Godswill.
Thank
Thank
Yeah.
you.
you.
I appreciate your passion and your intelligence and you're very articulate. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, God's will. So I think the next speaker I will pick Raphael Chiamaka Ajiri. But Raphael, I will just ask you a question. I think I will just be asking questions now so that we can stay in line with the topic for the day, right? So, what would you say are three core values that Nigeria needs to thrive as a society? Three core values as we talk about the vision for Nigeria. Go ahead, Raphael.
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. I didn't join from the beginning, but the truth is that I want to greet my brother Mike. Brother Mike, thank you so much for what you do. I want to say thank you for that delivery at DC. That was a good one. I did a broadcast with that yesterday. It was awesome. And we can't wait to have you on the 3rd of May, where Biafrans will be coming up en masse to engage with you. And it's going to be an interesting time. Anyway, Sister Princess, thank you for that question. Honestly, I don't care about Nigeria. Believe me, Nigeria have done so much to us that I don't care. All I want to see is to see Nigeria bomb. That's just what I want to see. Believe me. You know why? Because Nigeria have
Okay.
burnt our people. Yeah,
Yeah,
let me answer your
oh, no,
question.
no, I know.
I'm giving you.
Sorry, Raphael. I don't want to steer you off your conversation. That's fine. Your opinion is fine. But even if you were to get the nation you want, what are the three core values that will guide your nation? Right? Let's if that's how you want to steer it, that's fine. But just give me three core
Okay.
values that your nation or a proper nation should be built on. Thank you.
Yeah. The values that we will imbibe is the value that makes sure that people know their identity, and then people believe eh, that only where there is law and order, that is when a society will thrive and succeed. Law and order. Because without law and order, everywhere would be like a banana republic. Now, I actually had something in mind to respond to some of the things my brother Mike have been saying and some of the questions people have been asking him. So the value
Please just take a
system
minute.
is
Just take a minute. Thank you.
all right. Thank you. Yeah, the values that Nigeria is a valueless society, and then so many of us, so many of our leaders in the past have given their best. Somebody like Mazin Kanu, whom I come to understand now very well that Brother Mike have been well inundated with everything that has to do with Mazin Kanu. But I don't know how much knowledge he has about his true disciple, Mazin Simon Ekpa, who already, because of the system that Mazin Kanu put in place that he was following, Finland, were lured to arrest him, and then they've held him for over 2 years now. So every effort to make Nigeria work, it failed. And these two individuals, Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, they contributed a lot to see if Nigeria would work. And the more they tried, the more Nigeria failed them. And that is what Nigeria have done to everyone. The more you try to make Nigeria work, the more it fails you. And our people, the Biafran people, we are the ones that have given so much to make Nigeria work. Honestly, we have been trying to make sure that the diversity we have does not affect us, but that it will work. But it has always failed. So every
Raphael,
effort
thank you. Thank
has
thank you so much. You made your point very clear, and I appreciate you answering the question. And there's just a lot of people in line. If you could wrap it up, 20 seconds. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Anyway, I know we were still going to have more time in the future, but I'm still going to be here. There's time to speak again. I would like to come back and actually make some point. I would like to make a good submission, but that's notwithstanding. I love everyone that are making contributions here. Let me just hang up, and allow other people to talk because 20 seconds will not be enough for me to buttress my point. Thank you so much, Mike. I am still here, and if there's time for me to speak again, I would like to come up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Raphael. So let me just give you a heads up, guys. We have very limited time with Mike because he'll have to leave the space to attend a meeting. So please, let's be straight to the point with
Yeah,
whatever we're saying. Yeah, Mike, go ahead.
I'll be back. I have to. It's important. It came up, and it'd probably be about 30 minutes. So I'll be on about another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to mute it for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And continue, please continue, and I look forward to coming back on as quick as I can.
Sure. Thank you, Mike. So I see Straw Hat. My question to you, Straw Hat, is what kind of leadership does Nigeria need in the next phase for us to truly thrive as a people? What kind of
Yes.
leadership
Good
do
day,
we need?
everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Uh,
You
Good
have two
evening,
minutes.
everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Mike, thank you for everything that you do. We really appreciate you, though we don't say it enough, but sincerely thank you. The kind of relationship that Nigeria needs is straightforward, uncorrupt, decisive, and to a good extent, unforgiving. Just to touch around everything everybody has said with my remaining 2 minutes, I am an Igbo man, but the truth is a Biafra cannot be possible while Nigeria is bleeding. How can the whole country be burning and you will say you are cutting your own side away? People dying in the north, some of them are still Christians. They are innocent of a lot of these things. So what I feel Nigeria needs to do, we need to first end Sharia. That Sharia has to go. Mr. Mike Arnold, I don't know. Before you go, if you can tell me what is the relationship between what happened in Lebanon and it's like it's playing all over again in Nigeria. The same script is happening. We need to dismantle these guys and what they do. If you want to speak to that, Mr. Mike, I'll be silent, please.
Yeah, thank you. The script is very simple. It was written about 1,400 years ago. It's the template of the work and the life and the writings of Muhammad. It's how he did things. It's how he modeled it, how he instructed his people to do it. Everything you see unfolding in those places and elsewhere is just a repetition of the same 1,400-year playbook. So don't know if that answers the question the way you wanted it, but that's the truth. That's why.
Okay. The reason why I pointed to Lebanon and Hezbollah is because they started the same way Nigeria is on the same trajectory, kidnapping for money ransoms, and somehow they created a state within a state. They infiltrated the government, and now they are part of the parliamentary. And we have some military people coming out to say that the terrorists are our brothers and sisters, and they already have a state within a state. So, for some of us that will do a little bit of research, we can see the parallels between Hezbollah and between Lebanon, sorry, and Nigeria. And to top it off, we have a Lebanese guy that is more or less running the country, Chowguri. I don't just know words, but I don't want to talk about all that. Let's say in Sharia, there needs to be massive, like what the president of El Salvador did, a judicial system that goes around brutally just more or less locking up miscreants, from both those that are cultists to those in possession of illegal weapons to those that are just in normal armed robberies, the kidnappings, the bandits, and the terrorists. Everybody needs to go in jail. Then the politicians, they need to be exposed by the international banks. The banks abroad, US, UK, Switzerland, France, they are not helping matters in Africa. They are growing their economy with the whole money that these guys have stolen. And we are here suffering under the debt that they give us and it's hanging over our neck. We need those politicians in jail. We need those money returned. They can take whatever. There will be a negotiation. But we need these guys in jail. The same set of people. We
Thank
need
you,
all
Straw
over
Hat. Could
again.
you gently round off? Thank you.
Okay. We need collaboration with companies abroad for them to be able to help our industries grow by maybe some little type of work allow Nigerians to do it over here. Nigeria is excluded from the rest of the world. Kenya is more accepted than Nigeria. But Nigeria has more talent than Kenya. I'll rest for here. The points are numerous. But thank you so much for allowing me to make my submissions. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much, Brohat. That was brilliant. I
Very
appreciate
good.
it. Okay, so moving on, we have Moses Mezier. Moses Mezier, my question to you is, what lessons can Nigeria learn from other nations that have successfully reformed? Thank you.
Very good evening here from here, Switzerland. First of all, I thank Mark Arnold for a brilliant work he's doing in Nigeria. And before I answer your question, I'm a political activist for over 25 years, exiled in Switzerland because of the situation in Nigeria. And thinking about reforming Nigeria is impossible because according to 1999 constitutional amendment of Nigeria Constitution, an Islamic professor is the one that amended the whole constitution that govern over 250 million people with over 260 diversity of ethnics. There's no future for Nigeria. Total disintegration is the only way out.
All right, thank
There's no way.
you. You've presented your points. Could you now answer the question?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank you very much.
excuse me, and forgive me. In about another minute, I'm gonna be tuning out for about half hour. I will be
Mike,
back, and I encourage you to continue. Stay on. We'll have some good stuff when I get back.
so there's no benefit Nigeria can because we are not united. We are not one people. We don't have one culture. We have like 260 languages. And now the Fulanis, those that take over government, that kidnap our citizens, that pleaded for ransoms, they're all foreigners. And they're trying to implement Sharia all over Nigeria using the military. So where are we going forward here? There's no way forward. The military are complicit. The government is complicit. Corruption in high intensity. Where are we going from here? For me, as a political activist, for more than 25 years in exile, I pleaded for total disintegration of Nigeria, and every people, every ethnic have right to defend their religion and their territory. This is all I can offer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, uh, Moses. Okay, Mike, do you want to play your briefing shortly? Okay, I don't think Mike is
Can
there.
I respond to the guy that just spoke
Sure, go ahead.
briefly?
Take 2 minutes, please.
Okay. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay. So here's my argument. My argument is that first and foremost, if Nigeria was very successful, if Nigeria had gives if every Nigerian has equal opportunity to be prosperous and succeed and build wealth and be able to take care of their family like the US or the UK or Europe, I don't think that anybody is going to be agitating for separation because as long as the system, as long as the government, as long as this is the elected leaders have the interest of the citizens at heart and they work hard to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity to prosper and to build wealth, I don't think that we are going to be agitating or wanting separation. So, but here we are at this position. So, what do we do? Well, first and foremost, we can take the first step by engaging with the electoral, with the democratic system, which of course the election is coming up in 2027. You have to get involved and force the system to elect the people or leaders that would look out for our interests. Because right now, our staying away from the electoral process is not doing us any justice. Because when we stay away from the electoral process, criminals buy up the system, rig the system, and get into elected position. And those criminals are the ones that are going to be dictating your future, your destiny, and your well-being. So you've actually given up your future and your destiny and prosperity to criminals, and they're not going to look out for the best for your interests. So what we need to do is to take the first step. The things that we can control is to organize ourselves, whether we want secession, whether we want separation, whether we want restructuring. Get in the battlefield of the electoral process and compel.
Yeah, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a
Okay, no, no,
question,
no, let me
Godwin?
finish. Let me finish, and you can answer the question. When you
No,
get in,
Raphael, let him finish. Thank
so
you.
when you get in, you can now force your population to overwhelm any inefficiency that brings in criminals, that let criminals get into the system to rule you and govern you. By the time you get in and force, then the leaders now will now be people that you can hold accountable because they were elected by you. And then when you now begin to tell leaders, okay, look, this is what I want. Do I want separation? Do I want self determination? Do I want restructuring? Those leaders will be answerable to you and what you want, not for their own interests. And I'm going to end by this. If at some point in time we gradually begin to place leaders that will serve our interests, and we now get elected, just imagine if elected leaders, if half of the people in the Senate, or let's say half of the senators in Southeast, if they were sympathetic to self-determination, do you think that the government will boldly go and lock up Mazin Nnamdi
Round
Kanu
up,
in
God's
Sokoto?
will, please. Round up.
So that's not going to happen because those senators will be all over the national press and even freeze the activities of National Assembly until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is set free. That is how the power of your electoral strategy can work and bring to bear your interest first. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please give me a
No,
chance
no.
to ask him a
Wait. Sorry,
question.
Raphael. We'll go back to you. You'll come back up to ask him. Just hold your question. Okay, moving on. Michael D. Great. You're welcome to the space. Please.
Hello,
You
can you
have
hear
two
me?
I
minutes.
must lose. I must lose.
Yes.
I don't want to lose my line of
Raphael.
thought
Hello,
as he's
Raphael.
hot. Let
No,
me just
no.
ask
Just
him.
write it down. Write it down. You can write it down. Thank you. Michael the Great. You can go.
hello,
Yes, you can go ahead, Michael D. Great.
hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Michael.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I don't think Michael can
Opportunity, sir.
hear us.
Okay. For me, I have listened to your. So let me just start this way. One thing about Nigeria is that anytime we talk about Nigeria or bring Nigerian topics up, it always makes the citizens to bleed and bleed always. And the issue about Nigeria is something that I don't just know where we can start, but I have to start say things this way. One, that I have to batch into the idea of some speakers, some people that spoke earlier before me. One thing we need to do in this country is that the electoral reform has to come in, where we will have our opportunity. Every citizens of this country will have rights to vote in who they want, not by manipulating or rigging someone rigging himself into the power. And at the end of the day, he has every right to do whatever he or she wants, you know. And at the end of the day, you see them behaving because they have rigged themselves into the power. If the citizens are crying, nobody wants to listen. If people are dying, nobody wants to listen. So we need to have electoral reform and be able to elect the kind of citizens that this country we the citizens work by ourselves. And if you are electing, making our choices, it has to be with someone that has vision, someone who has the people at heart, someone who needs to hear the cries of the people, go to the issues that they have and solve it. And if we are talking about if we are talking about the vision, for me, that okay, if Nigeria should work at all, for me, I think it has to be regional government. That will be the only way that this country can work. You give the people, each region, whatever the others are getting, not in a way that you make it, you as the president, you give other people rights to explore, and you don't give other regions rights not to explore. That is a very big problem in the country. And if it can only work, if this country will work, that will be the only solution. Secondly, the power need to be decentralized. The power at the center is too much, because whoever that is there, that controls everything, every living thing that is in this country. If you want to breathe, they will not give you a chance to breathe. If you want to, whatever you care to do for yourself in this country, to explore, you will not be able to do that, because some people in the power, some miscreants in the power, feels like they have all the power to control every living thing in this country. Just look at what is happening in the north. When people dies, they go deaf ears. They don't want to talk about it. Whatever that is happening in the whole region, these people don't want to talk about it. So that's why we need a visionary person that will be there and hears the cries of the people. I don't think I have much to say, but
So
the
who do
solution
you
is what
believe?
I've just said.
Okay.
The solution
What
is
is the solution?
what
Right.
I've just said. If it will work, it has to be only regional government. Let each region manage whatever they want and pay tax to the center. It will even give us an upper hand for each and every region to manage their resources, and it will make us to grow faster. We have populations, but if it's not going to be like this, I think for me, the best way is for Nigeria to disintegrate. Let everybody part away. That's
Thank
all.
you. Thank you, Michael the Great. And I think I agree with you on that regional separation, because we've rightly seen that the system set up right now is not working. So it's important that everybody can operate to the best of their capacity. But I think we need to
Yes.
deal with the issue at ground, which is terrorism, and how we can overcome that terrorism. So thank you very much for that. Okay, moving on. I see Mazi Uche. You have 2 minutes. You're welcome. Mazi,
Uh,
Raphael, I will come back to you. I've not forgotten you. Thank you. Mazi Uche, you can go ahead. And you've been on the space with us from the beginning till now. Thank you so much for being part of the space. Mazi Uche, you there?
Yeah, yes, I'm here. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so yeah, so the issue of Nigeria is something that is, you cannot, solve it. That is the issue. The only way to solve the issue of Nigeria is when the whole people that made up Nigeria, regions and tribes, can agree. So that is the only solution. So, but it is impossible, as we all know. So, like currently, we have the president that that brought bigotry to the highest level, and he recruited the people who are doing the job for him. He started from "it is my turn, grab it, run away." So, for this reason, I can say that Nigeria can never, be repaired again. You cannot, repair Nigeria again. So the only way, which I know that in all the regions, and we that agitated for Biafra, we also have problem in Biafra, like some Biafras who are stooge who are part of this problem in Nigeria, we are going to deal with them. Like there's a question that, Brother Mike asked from the beginning, and that question was, what is our boundary? What plan do we have? We are Biafra Republic government in exile, and we have our charter. We already have our charter, which was drafted from the American system of government, Finland, and some European countries. So, and that is number one. And number two, our boundaries, like if you talk about the boundary of Biafra, it comes from the connection, how the British, divided us, separated us, and, it's like they wanted to destroy, Biafra people, especially Igbo people. And when you come to some state in the so-called Middle Belt and the so-called South-South, you see that we are one. We are one people. That's what you will see about Biafra and what you will see about the boundary. We have the same, the same language. That is number one. The same mentality, and from this we can work out things together. Even if there is some stooge, within us, the populace who are ready to have the change, we remove the stooge. Even today, we know that those young people who are, engaging themselves in criminalities and scam and support.
So, Mazi, thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I say you should round off. Thank you.
Okay. So to round up, those young people or the people who are supporting evil, wickedness, corruption, we know that there are very few. The evil ones are very few. The good ones among us are many. And the only solution in Nigeria, which everyone know the truth, you should know the truth, truth will make you free, is divide Nigeria to save our brothers and sisters in the north, to save those in the north who are looking for solution, so that we can be able to stand, so that if we stand, we can be able to push the foreigners, the invaders, who are Fulani, herdsmen or Fulani, tribe that have taken over Nigeria. We can be able to help the people. But if we cannot divide, how can we help the people? How can the people get solution? Because if we cannot divide, they will rule over these people. They will rule over the north, the Christians in the north. They are going to take over them. And that is 100% sure. They have
Thank you,
taken over many,
Mazi.
cities, renamed the cities. And
Thank you, Mazi Uche. Okay, moving on. Dr. Justin, welcome. I see you, but let me just quickly move to Mr. UE. He has been on the speaker section. So, Mr. UE, you have 2 minutes. Thank you. Hello, Mr. UE. Are you there? Okay, I'm not sure he knows or he's there. Dr. Justin, you're welcome. Good to have you on this space with us.
Yeah,
You have 2 minutes.
thank you so much, Princess, and good evening from my side. I just want to say a few things, but first, I want to extend my heartfelt appreciation to Mike. I was writing it a few things a while ago. I said he's the MP General that we now have, and the Nigerian ambassador on the diaspora who represent us sometimes, not even sometimes, in this issue, far more than the people we voted for, far more than the people that are paid to represent us. So thank you so much, Mike, for that, what you are doing, and also to Stephen, who has also been a very big voice in this struggle. The issue here about this genocide, call it terrorism, call it anything, killings of people in Nigeria. According to what Kunle Olaomi once said, who is a retired air commander and security chief, said it has nothing to do with nothing except that there is an agenda of Islamization of the country Nigeria. And he said government knows the people who are funding this agenda. Okay. And in that interview, he gave very explicit, I should say, analysis of what the government is supposed to do and see of of government. Up until now, it has remained is getting worse because the people who have the responsibility don't care. Carelessness is there, and all they do is focus on election, winning the election, if at all the election is won or selecting or in whichever way this is done. Nobody just cares. Sometimes I wonder if we are human beings at all, because I can't imagine that people will be killed and people go about their businesses, especially the ones that have the responsibility to do this. From what I am saying, because of lack of time, is these people will never budge. They will never take action. They will never want to do anything serious. I'm talking about the politicians and those who are supposed to be commanders in chief to drive this. They will not. And the only thing that will help, in my view, in the interim, not in the long term, is foreign pressure on the commander in chief and any other person that has got the responsibility to deal with this nonsense. It has to come from there. If it doesn't, we look at what happened when citizens want to rise to speak up. They go after them. Sometimes what happened in NSAS repeat itself in different places. So foreign pressure, foreign powers will be really needed. And the personality of Trump is a masquerade on top of these people's neck. And what they do now is just to mark time, find a way of just discussing it until that administration is gone in the US and is back to business as usual. And of course, we don't know what is going to happen thereafter. But we want to encourage Mike, everything we can do to get this to the desk of President Trump and any other person who want to or who is willing to, please let that be done. The EU bloc and European bloc is not just talking about this. If you come to Britain, nobody speak about it. You don't hear it, and we don't have them raising any voice in this case. The only voice that we have, or voices, comes from America. So we continue to support you. We are handicapped, unfortunately, but with the might of the few Nigerians, those who cry like voices in the wilderness, we would think that the opportunity will come where these terrorists will be wiped out from the face of the country, Nigeria. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Wonderfully said, Dr. Justin. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being on this space with us. Okay, so before we circle back to Raphael, Kenichiku, you can go ahead. You have 2 minutes.
Hello. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Kenichiku.
Yeah. Okay. Um, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Mike and thank you to you, Princess. Mr. Mike is doing a great job. At least I saw how he presented himself in that gathering. So I'm so happy about what he's doing. Mike, thank you once again. Um, I'm talking about what is happening in this country. I call it contraption. Um, when you talk about the unity of Nigeria, it's like, I don't know, it's just like a fairy tale to me. We are not united. I've never seen any other country they say they call one US, or they call it one Dubai, or they say one. Why is it only in this damnable zoological republic that they call one Nigeria? Why? It means that they're trying to force the people together. They want to force these different ideologies, different beliefs, different people, different values. They want to force them together. They want to force us together. So you should see that. That's why they're trying to force it on you. One, you're one. You can't. It's not by force. You can't force people. You can't force two people to marry each other. They have to, they say, even in the Bible, they say, can two work together if they agree? They must agree. If they don't agree, they're not going to work together. They will keep fighting. They keep fighting. They keep pushing each other. They keep blaming each other until they're all gone or they kill themselves or whatever. So This is why. Is it only? I want somebody to, Mr. Mike, I wish you can answer me because I'm trying to get this question since I've been asking. I need an answer. Why is it only here that is called one Nigeria? Why? Why are they forcing and say one Nigeria? If you don't believe, why? Why? And when you talk about that one Nigeria unity, is then we are not even united. Even the blind can see it. Even the blind can see it that we are not united. Different people, different folks for different folks. The Igbo, as an Igbo man, you are being treated differently. When the slots for NMPC or slot for juicy jobs, we are not included. This has been happening for ages. We are not included, but they just want to force us to bringing out military recruits. That's where they come to us because they know you're gonna die when you go to the north. They send you to Boko Haram, Borno, so you'll be killed, and they use it as a sacrificial lamb. That's what they do, and this is the truth. Everybody in this space knows it. So when they send you there, that's the only
Thank
job
you.
they're forcing us. They're begging. Huh?
Yeah, well
Hello?
done, Chuku. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. All right, then. We're circling back to Raphael now, and anyone else who would like to speak. So, Raphael, I think you had a question for God's
All
will.
right.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have
Thank
two
you very
minutes.
much.
Yeah.
I want to make some comments. First, I will ask our brother a question. What's that his name again? God's will. And I want to appreciate the brother also that spoke about the regional government. And I want to remind him that the efforts for the regional government have been tried on several occasions. Now, the first time the regional government was tried was during the Aburi Accord. What Ojukwu went to Aburi in Ghana to negotiate was the regional government to have everybody will now control their region and then we will remit a little bit to the center. But they refused it and they attacked Biafra. And our leader, Mazin Nabekam, also suggested it and agreed. I said, okay, if you can give us what we want, why would Nigeria work? This have been tried on several occasions. Now, coming back to our brother God's will, you said we should fight for the election, we should get into the battlefield. Now, the question I want to ask you is that are you going into the battlefield to fight with who? Now, in Nigeria right now, the opposition you have, the APC doesn't want you to even have an opposition. And the strongest opposition and the best hope you have is ADC. And who makes up ADC? The only person you can call a sense, of which, if you ask us now, we'll tell you one or two things that doesn't make him a sense, Peter Obi. But the one you call a sense is Peter Obi, and I want to let's even give it to him. Are you going to depend on only Peter Obi? Peter Obi won the election in 2023. Everybody knows that he won. What did he do? If Peter Obi really wanted to change and actually really wanted to do something, as he won that election, that was where he would have stood up to fight and defend it and make sure. Because the Nigerians you see today, they are talking, they don't want to engage, they don't want to revolutionize, they don't want to fight. Every little thing, they will all run away. The only people that stood to fight are the Biafran people. Because Nigeria came to unalive them and they fought. Now, who are you going to join in the middle to fight? Okay, the people that are depending on depending on now in ADC. Malami is in ADC. A criminal. Terrorist is sympathizer. El is in ADC. Kwashiorkor is in ADC. David Mark in ADC. Do you know Malaye? These are all criminals. Now, even Aregbesola was the governor of Osun State. Go to Osun State. The reason why people are singling out Peter Obi is that Peter Obi did not steal money in Anambra State. Because if Peter Obi stole money in Anambra State, by now, Tinubu and the rest of them would have had a reason to jail him. But despite that, what did Peter Obi do? He kept money aside. The money he kept aside, another criminal came and stole it, which is Obiano. So now, who are you going to engage to fight? Okay, you will fight now, and eventually, when the ABC wins, if P2B now will now have people like Malami, David Mark, Dino Melani, Arebeshola, and Kwankwaso, all of them criminals. Why are you believing in such a future? The only thing that will save you is to break up that goddamn God-forsaken contraction. That's the only salvation. In fact, some of us, you see that we are all repentantly against Nigeria. It's not because we don't believe that if Nigeria works, that it will be good
Thank
for us.
you.
It is because we already know that Nigeria will never, ever,
Thank
ever
you,
work.
Raphael.
It's not possible.
I don't think you've asked your question.
So no, let me just round up in a minute. Now, because if you are believing in that change with ADC, my brother, think about it. ADC, the only people they have to give you are all recycled PDP and APC members. Assuming they win now, for example, and then okay, Tinubu will not stand up to say he will not agree because Tinubu already have mounted up an INEC chairman who already now you see he has been exposed. The INEC chairman have been exposed, but up till now the INEC chairman is still there. Matawale have been exposed. Matawale is still there. You people cannot even stand up and fight to revolutionize, to resist and reject it. You are all protesting and all that. In fact, anyway, I'll leave it here. I don't know if I will have another time, but I want to appreciate Mike for this. And I think we will need continue to engage until we end that contraction. Thank you very much, Princess. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much,
Can I
Raphael.
respond real quick
Yeah,
about one
sure. Go
minute or
ahead.
two? Yeah. So here's the thing. What we fail to understand, and you all will see that the presidency, when it comes to Nigeria, has supernatural powers. Supernatural powers, I mean the powers that even the president of the United States or most president of nations don't even have. And you don't have to believe me. Look at the exclusive list. Exclusive list, the president controls everything or everything. So I know that our past presidents did not exercise that sort of power. We are seeing a criminal president that is now showing us what a president can do. So when you ask, how can we effect change in the electoral process? I'll go back and remind you on what happened in Abia State. Without the people, Abians, standing firm to defend their elections or their votes, you wouldn't have had somebody like Soti as governor today.
No,
Okay,
I can debunk that. Oh, I can debunk that. I can debunk it. Okay.
oh,
Yeah, I can debunk it because it was not the people. It was after that lady, the returning officer, that actually stood her ground, not the people. It was that
okay,
lady. If that lady was not corrupt, if that lady was corrupt, the people could not have done
okay,
anything.
okay,
That lady that declared Alex Otti, if that lady did not stand her ground,
okay,
what are you
okay,
saying
okay,
now? We
okay.
know everything
So
that happened in
let me
Nigeria
finish.
now.
Okay,
You
let
know
me
them
finish.
see.
Raphael, could
Let me
you
finish.
calm down? Could you please
No,
calm
no,
down?
I appreciate his rebuttal because the thing is this. Okay,
No, I'm not saying
we
he
know.
shouldn't rebut, but please, we're in a civilized space. I understand that he's passionate, but we can be
Okay,
controlled. Thank you.
okay. So here's the thing, and I can tell you this with certainty. Okay, Tinubu is actually scared right now. He's scared that he's going to be defeated in 2027. I can tell you that for sure from an inside perspective. Okay, we have the great opportunity. Okay, to actually join forces with across Nigeria to get Tinubu out of office, not just to get Tinubu out, but to put P2B in office, because we know out of all the candidates that are vying for presidency, he is the only one that has the ability to actually put a stop to this genocide that is taking place all across the country. And I can tell you one thing for sure. If Tinubu has the ability to say he can just tell INEC to write the result, he would not be wasting all these resources trying to recreate the Electoral Act, trying to inject this, trying to do that, trying to take them to antebellum and all that. He will just wait and be quiet and wait. After the 2027 election, he'll just go tell INEC to write the result, and they will just write the result. But for him now to even come out and be saying, telling people out in public, go and infiltrate into ADC, go and scatter them. I am not afraid. I cannot make me be afraid of you. That means that he is really scared. Now, I will round up with this. People say Peter Obi alone, he's going to be surrounded. No,
Princess,
let me.
you give this our brother too much chance
Okay.
to, if you want to speak, you will not allow us
No,
to
I'm going to
speak.
round up with this.
Princess.
30 seconds. Let me tell you this. When people say P2B is going to be surrounded by all these people.
I have a lot to
Okay,
say.
okay,
Oh.
let me just take a second. When you say P2P is going to be surrounded by all these people, I won't be able to do anything. I will remind you, not only did he do it in Anambra, but here is the most important thing I want people to take from this space. P2B can sign an executive order overnight to allow people to arm themselves and have automatic weapons, just like in America, where people are allowed to bear arms. And I guarantee you, if each and every Nigerian is able to have their own AK-47, have their own weapon, no bloody terrorists can walk into your village or community and try to assassinate and kill you, because guess what? You're going to be able to return fire for fire. Just like I know in Texas, where people are allowed to bear arms. You don't hear people going to break into people's home because they know when they knock on the door and they are looking to come and rob, they are going to be
Please
greeted
round up,
by
Claude.
they are going to be greeted by the householders or homeowners bullets. So P2B is going to sign an executive order. Go ahead and bear your own arms, and even people will have their own automatic weapons, and they're going to defend themselves. So this insecurity will die overnight if P2B becomes president. Forget about Malami. Forget about all these Aero. Forget about these guys.
Thank
P2B
you.
has ultimate power to do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Straw Hat, you have 2 minutes.
Um, then, Princess, please just let me say my mind because Mr. Goswell has said so. A lot of things that are too contrary. First, please, I'm an Igbo man. When you speak about the East, you need to get your points on ground correctly. You said the one about the people rising for Alex Oti. I'm glad you corrected yourself. Now, number two, it was the grace of God. Peter will be in court. In court, not this present day court. He got it that time, he can't get it now. You have to understand that the way the court was then and the way it is now, there's a huge world of difference. There's a huge world of difference. I understand the fact that I understand the fact that people are clamoring for Biafra and everything, and we all as Nigerians, we are all angry. We are all angry. But another thing I need to disillusion you about, while I don't support a lot of things that Mr. Raphael is saying, Mr. Opito Obi is surrounded by vipers. He gets into that Senate, into that seat, he still needs the Senate, he still needs the House of Rep. He still has to dine with the devil. So lower your expectations. Lower your expectations. The best he can do is patch the economy, save money, save.
So why are you saying you don't agree with me if you know that I'm
You
correct?
are correct in some areas. When it comes to how we should divide the country, and Mr. Godswill, this thing you said about AK-47, all the time you were speaking, I thought you were a very brilliant person. How can you say that they should distribute guns among Nigeria? The normal Oka made,
In Nigeria.
the normal local made, they have not gotten it out of their hand. So when you and a granite seller argue, then you people will kill yourself. And it is our police that is inefficient that will disarm the students later, if the people later. If US wants to disarm their citizens, they will sit down and get a real plan and they will go about and do it if they wish to. But they don't wish to because the people already have that self-control. So this thing you are saying, I don't know. There's a lot of things that are not really adding up. My brother, I'm not trying to insult you because I know you want the best for all of us. I'm just saying that probably you are speaking out of more emotions than facts. As for me, myself, I really want, what I personally want is this.
Sorry,
We
just take
need
a
to,
minute. Take a minute,
okay,
Straw Hat.
okay.
Yeah, finish up. Take a minute.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. What I really want to speak to is this. If Mr. Mike can really, he really, really wants to help us. You see, the US also put us in this situation. The reason why they put us in this situation is we have always known who Tinubu was. We knew him when he was coming. The best way to have stopped this man, we saw the fingerprint, Muslim tickets. We knew who he was. Why have they not released his drug case file? With His Excellency Donald Trump, President of the United States, is trying to make a name for himself all over the world as someone that wants universal peace. Africa is like a gun if you look at the map. Nigeria is the trigger. There is no way Africa will develop while Nigeria is still underdeveloped. South Africa, they try to go for Nigerians will flood that place. And by crimes or one thing or the other, we might set the government back. Ghana, they are pushing us back. Everywhere they are pushing, but we are going to still penetrate. So if you don't want this type of situation, why not give Nigeria the development that they want? Why will you give this man loan in billions and billions, and later you come out to say he stole the Nigerian government has misappropriated a lot of money in trillions? Oh, you knew he was going to misappropriate it. Then why did you borrow him? Now they are trying to put tax on the people for all of us to die and pay what is being hidden again back in some European banks. We are under a vicious cycle. We can
Thank
get
you.
the independence. We can break out. We can play our role. Start by first of all releasing this man's redacted files and let us expose him for who we are. Once
Thank you.
Nigerians know that they have a criminal as a president, they will push him out of there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Straw Hat. Much appreciated. And you spoke brilliantly as well. Okay, Maziuche, I see that you have your hands back up. You can go. You have 2 minutes.
Yes, thank you, Sister Princess. And again, I just want to say that we are just running cycle. So we are beating about the bush because if the last two speakers, especially the guy that said that if we all can unite, like if all the Nigerians can unite, there will be a change. You know, you will remove the bad eggs and put the good eggs. How do you think it's possible when, you know, the bad eggs they have already infiltrated and they bought the mindset of the poor masses, whereby the poor masses are thinking based on what the bad eggs are doing. They are thinking and acting based on the script of the bad eggs. You know, they created disunity, they created the religious crisis, they created the corruption, they created the cabal, they created, name them. Your constitution is rotten. I don't know where you can start if the people that own that territory will not rise in one voice. Tell me where you can start. You have no ground because the people who should start or stand, just like the 2020 NSAS protest, that was the the avenue, the revolution that should have changed Nigeria or changed the scheme of things in that part of the world. But because there was disunity, then it became like Isibo affair or IPOB agitation. So what am I saying? You can never repair Nigeria. Let's just stay ourselves the truth. We are here just talking, and people are being killed every minute, kidnapped, slaughtered, and we are still talking this thing. The best way is for the Nigeria to be disintegrated, dissolute Nigeria, dissolve Nigeria. Let
All
the
right, thank
people,
you, Mazi. Yeah.
go and resolve their issue. Let those
Okay.
who understand themselves, the
Okay,
regions
okay,
or the
Mazi.
tribes, go and resolve themselves. Okay, Princess, before I will go, I want to say that the only way our brothers and sisters who have been persecuted in the north will actually get relief and they get solution and secure their land is when Biafra is actualized. That is the only way. If
All right,
Biafra is
thank you.
actualized,
Thank
we
you.
are going to help them. Yes, thank you.
All right. Okay, moving on. I see Crazy. Crazy, you've joined the speaker section. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, Princess, thank you very much, and thank you to all the speakers. First of all, I have something to say. This is something quite different from what everyone is saying. Is it possible we can have this program broadcast on YouTube? Because I've seen a lot of persons who are interested in listening to Mike Arnold. You know, he has been saying a lot about Nigerians, and people are interested in what he's
Yeah,
saying.
as we are live now, I am streaming it on YouTube. I'm on my YouTube channel where we are live, where people are listening to us.
Okay.
I have two YouTube channels, and this thing is running live there
All
right
right.
Okay,
now.
So
that's
we will
Yeah.
also at some point, Kirti, Mike mentioned it earlier, but let me just reiterate that we will be going live at some point later. We will broadcast when we will start having proper video spaces, so that we can broadcast across multiple platforms all at the same time.
that's
So thank you so much for
that's
that.
good. That's good. That's good. Also regarding Nigerian states, which we are all talking about, I believe everyone can agree with me that Nigeria is a failed state and it's irredeemable. Yes, some of us are clamoring for Biafra. Some of us are clamoring for a good government. Some of us are clamoring for P2OB to come into the hell of power and maybe do some changes. But all, not with in all of these, I still believe that Biafra, the emancipation of Biafra is the real solution. Yes, I know it's going to take much. It's going to take some time, but with the way the system is currently designed, I don't see Nigerian working, and I agree, and I believe so many of us here agree with me on this. So if we can all put our voice together and sing this one voice, I mean, call on the international community to support us, just like many of us are doing here. I believe Biafra will surely come. This is my contribution for today. And I hope the link for the YouTube China can be shared on this platform so many of us can have a way of also listening to this program on YouTube. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chrissy. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, Raphael, you had your hands up. You can go ahead, but please, let's be civilized. I understand you're passionate, but as much as you're passionate, understand that there are other people on this space. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. It's not. I don't intend to, do something contrary, but just that we have to, express ourselves and tell the truth. The thing is that it is lack of truth that keeps Nigerians in the dark. Lack of awareness, lack of, facing the facts. And what are the facts? So many of Nigerians are still believing that election will help them. That 2027, yes, somebody will come and challenge Tinubu, win, and Nigeria will be better. Since I started growing up, by the grace of God, I have been in this world for over 4 decades. Now, the truth is, every government that comes in, eh, the previous government have always been better. We always miss the last government. Before Buhari left, many people, were hoping that they will have a better government. But funny enough, right now, Buhari was terrible. But people are missing Buhari already. Nigeria was not configured to survive. Nigeria was not configured to be good. Now, with all this Islamic terrorism and everything going on in Nigeria, the creators of Nigeria, they are not bothered. That's what they want. Go to England. England is the god of Nigeria. They created Nigeria. England now, the king of England have already handed England over to the Arabs. He's already promoting Islam in England. So what makes you think that they will be bothered if the whole of Nigeria is, submerged under Islam? If the whole of Nigeria becomes a caliphate, it is better for King Charles. If the whole of Nigeria becomes a Sokoto caliphate, it is better for the king. That's why I love Mike so much. You know why I love Mike? When Mike is addressing the Sultan of Sokoto and exposing him, it gives me joy. Sometimes I feel like I should be fasting and praying for Mike Arnold. So that he will continue to give it hot to the Sultan of
You
Sokoto.
can.
Sultan of
You can
Sokoto.
fast and pray, please. Everybody fast and pray.
No, I'm doing that.
Continue, please.
I'm doing that. Honestly, I am passionate for what Mike is doing. I know that Mike is giving Nigeria the benefit that maybe Nigeria can walk into. No, I allow people to express that opinion. Honestly, I wish it could work. Honestly, I really wish it could work. But princess, believe me, we have gone through that river before. We have gone through those valleys before. Mazin Nandekano, whom Mike is calling for his relief. And when Mike is speaking, I know the Spirit of God is speaking through
Right,
him
thank
because he
you,
already knows.
Raphael.
It
I
is
really understand you, and I would love to have you and engage you all the while, but we have other new speakers on the speaker section. Could we just let them speak?
okay. I'm going to allow that. But have it in mind that Mike is going to be with us on the 3rd, which is next week, Sunday, Upper Sunday.
Okay.
I wish he will also come around so that we'll engage more. But the truth is that people should come to understand that, look, Nigeria has come to the
All right.
crossroads and there's no going back. Mazin Namdekano have already given that complete total verdict that Nigeria will sink. And then there must be an emergence of new nations that will continue because if another Nigeria continue again, it will be worse. So the
Thank
previous one
you,
will always be better
Raphael.
than
I
the next one. Thank you very much.
as well.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
thank
appreciate
you.
it. All right, moving on. Rich Star, and then we'll move to Edwin Obi.
I'm
All right.
back, by the way. Just let you know I'm back. I appreciate you hanging with the favor here. Those ladies I was meeting with like to talk. I got out and here I am. So thank you.
All right, thank you. Welcome back, Mike. Good to have you back. All right, Rich Star, you have 2 minutes.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm from South Africa here, but I'm a Nigerian, and I'm Igbo. Honestly, I want to thank Mr. Mike Arnold. I follow you and I see everything you do. May God bless you and may God continue to bless you and protect you. Regards to Nigeria, honestly, Nigeria is irredeemable. Nigeria cannot be redeemed. In the next 1,000 years, Nigeria cannot be redeemed. The only thing, the only thing we are praying for is to split Nigeria. Let every tribe go their way. And trust me, by the time they split Nigeria, every region will develop. But the way Nigeria is structured now, nothing will happen. Because corruption, tribalism, ethnicity is what is holding Nigeria back. Nigeria could not survive this way. Look at NSAS. During NSAS, they brought up tribalism in that NSAS. The North were not protesting. The South were protesting. Understand? The moment the North discover that this protest, if it gets to North, there'll be a problem. They brought up tribalism. The Yorubas brought up tribalism. Igbos are destroyed this. Igbos are doing this in Lagos. Everything died off like that. So what I'm trying to say is this. The only solution to Nigeria is Nigeria to split. Everybody should go their way. That's the only way Nigeria can survive. And
Rich
that's the
Star,
only way
hey,
every region survive.
thank you. Now again, and you're not saying anything different that hasn't been said 100 times, and nobody's that I've heard is.
Hello?
I want to know what's past it. What take me 10 years down the road, and you're the prime minister of BI
I think
in place.
Mike, you're breaking up. You might want to repeat that.
What should be in place? What should it look like? Without vision, people perish. It wasn't the fact that that Egypt sucked that led the Israelites to the promised land. It was the vision of the promised land. They had a place they
Yeah,
were trying to get to. What does that
okay.
look like? Describe it to
Can
me.
I can I can I tell you one thing? You see, Biafra, I don't know if you know about Igbo history. When you talk about civilization in Africa, understand, I would say Igbos are more civilized. Civilization started from Igbo land. You know why? Igbo was the only tribe or nation that has never fought war between themselves. We've never had fights. If I've never heard Igbo fighting against maybe, let's say Anambra fought against Imo State fought against Enugu. No. But other tribes, Hausa fought against Hausa, Fulani fought against Yorubas fought against themselves. That's number one. Number two, when you talk of development, look at Dr. Michael Opera in the early 50s when British were still in British were still in Nigeria. the best economy in Africa was from southeastern region before coup and all these things came up.
So
That's
Understand?
tell
not
me
the question,
what
Rich
that gets to.
Star.
That's not answering the question. And I look, I appreciate it. I appreciate that you're proud of your tribe. I'm proud to be honorary Igbo as well, but it doesn't help to be running down other people or be bragging about it. Tell me what it looks like if you have autonomy. What kind of describe the nation of Biafra 10 years from now? What would it look like?
Honestly, okay. In fact, in the next, if let's say if we achieve Biafra today, in the next 10, 15 years, Biafra will be the best country in Africa. I must tell you, Biafra is is a beacon of hope in Africa. Any day Biafra gets freedom, the whole Africa be free. That I can assure you. That I can assure you. You know one thing. You know what's happening now. You know, Mr. Mike? Do you know that the
Rich Star,
North
could
are
you take a
injecting
Wait,
minute?
billions?
Could you take
look,
a
I
minute to round
appreciate
off
it.
because other people would.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and
Do you
nobody's
know?
answering my question.
No, I've just answered your question. From now to 10 years,
Maybe you doesn't know. Maybe you don't know that we have a blueprint. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Simon Ekpa. We have a blueprint of what Biafra will
no,
look
no.
like.
All right,
Everything about Biafra has all been figured out.
I see. I'm trying to be patient here. Please, let's
You
be
see,
civilized. I've said it so many
Mi-
times,
Mis-
Raphael,
mm,
and we've given
Mr.
you so
Arnold,
many
from,
opportunities to talk.
yes, Mr. Arnold, from now to 10 years, if you give us Biafra, trust me, from now to 10 years. Now, for instance, after this Biafran war, look at the
Rich Star, yeah, absolutely. Don't worry about explaining.
I think what
Okay.
is I think what is trying to say is that you're going to see a government that is going to be based on meritocracy than mediocrity. Right now, we have a Nigeria that is run by mediocres. Mediocres are the superstars, are the ones that are leading the people that are supposed to be smartest people in Africa. So you have the criminals and the mediocre. So a Biafra will put people that are qualified and merit the positions that they occupy than having mediocres occupying the highest echelons of government. That is one thing that is going to be very definite in a Biafra.
Excellent, thank you. We're getting bits and pieces. I like that. And I just had lunch yesterday with the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile in Washington D.C. I had lunch with him and the lobbyist guy Elias. Just so you know,
No. That guy is not the Prime Minister. That guy is not the Prime Minister, please.
Let's
The Prime Minister is Simon Ekpa and he is in
let's not
Finland.
let's
okay, we're
not
not
let's
we're
not
not
talk
getting
this.
into
No,
Let's
Conte
not
is
send it
not the
to.
Prime Minister, Arnold.
I
Please. Maybe I have to educate you on that.
that's the title that he has on his card. I know it's just a title on a card, but understand what
Let's
I'm
not.
just being polite to the guy. They asked if I could have lunch. I had lunch. I heard him out. Don't yell at me. Come on, gosh.
I've taken him off
Sorry
this
about that.
speaker
Sorry about that.
section, Raphael. I
I think
spoke to you
I
too
think
many times. Um, I, I apologize. Please, could we're
sorry about
gradually
that, Mr.
rounding
Arnold.
off, and I'm sorry we're veering off today's session. And to be honest, I do not appreciate this. I've been hosting this, and I gave a blueprint for today's space, right? We were to talk about the vision of a new Nigeria, but when we talk about tolerance, you have to be respectful of leadership. And I think that is the problem here. I've said over and over again that today's space is geared on the vision for Nigeria. And even if you feel like, oh,
Nigeria has no
wait,
vision. Nigeria
Rich
has no
Star, let
vision.
me let me finish. Let me finish.
All right, thank you. All right.
And Mike has come up to even say that, okay, let's say you're not talking about the vision of a new Nigeria. What is your vision for a new, or for Biafra? But none of you are saying your vision. You're just veering here and there.
Yes,
I,
I
Okay,
will
and
say
I
the
think I
vision.
think I think what you're trying to say is that okay,
I,
no,
Mike
now
please
knows.
don't
Okay,
the
cut me short, please. Don't cut me
but
short. Don't cut me short,
okay,
please.
sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was just trying to make a point where if
Don't
Mike
cut
will
me short.
understand.
I'm not done talking.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's unfair. I do not appreciate it. And from now on, if anybody butts in, I will kick you out of the speaker section. I don't think it's
Sorry
right
about
that
it.
today is the last day, and we're not here to talk, we're here to define the next path for Nigeria. I understand your grievances, right? And I may be a Yoruba person, but I believe in humanity. And what I'm thinking about is the lives that are getting lost every day. Humanity is bigger than any of our personal ambition. We need to be careful that we don't get blind to the evils. We don't get blinded by our personal ambition to the evils that are going on around us. We have a common evil, and that is to kick the bad leadership out of out of their position, so that we can move forward, so that Biafrans can go their ways, so that everybody can live in peace and harmony. So please, let's respect one another. I've been very, very patient. I do not like to raise my voice. I've been very patient. Thank you. God's will,
Okay,
you
so
have 2 minutes.
okay, 2 minutes. I'm gonna make this quick
No,
and
sorry.
relatable.
Wait, let Mike say what he wants
Go
to
ahead,
say.
Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Favor's doing a great job. Look, if the people that believe that want change, the people, and I'm not going to say new Nigeria, even though I mean, you know, draw it any way you want it. It's, there's a place on the map that the world calls Nigeria. What will it look like in the future? That's what I'm talking about. If the people passionate about separation, about change, were to actually latch on to a vision and find unity in a vision of what it could look like, I think you could achieve it very quickly. I'm trying to bring some discipline to the movement, and it starts with vision. Without vision, people perish. Moses talked about the land flowing with milk and honey, where everybody had their own property and they were safe and they were free. It was the vision of the land flowing with milk and honey, a land where they were safe and free, that kept them going through the wilderness. It wasn't, oh, Egypt sucks, Egypt sucks, Egypt sucks. Egypt sucks. We all agree. Okay, now let's move on. What is it? What's the blueprint? If you if you got complete autonomy tomorrow, I fear that it would just nothing would come of it, because it's all about I hate them. I hate them. What do you love? Uh, what the Bible says, the eye is the lamp of the body. What you fix your eye on is what you become. And if you fix your eye on what you hate, when it's your turn, you're going to be just like it, maybe in a different way. Fix your eyes on things above. Without vision, people perish. You don't want to perish. Articulate a vision, and if you don't have one, if it's what somebody wrote in another country, we have it. That's not a vision. That's a document. What does that mean to you and your family? What does that mean to your business? What does it mean to your children and grandchildren? What kind of world are they going to live in? What are you trying to build? And if you don't have that in your mind and in your heart, don't even bother raising your hand to speak. But don't be active in anything, because you're running in circles. You have to have a direction. And it is not I hate them, it is vision. Get the vision and articulate it. You'll find you have allies not just across the nation but around the world. You'll find God will honor that, but you have to latch onto the vision. So that's what we're trying to do here. So please make it vision focused. Let's talk about good, what it can be. That's how you inspire and unite people. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Mike.
Mike. And for the fact that we have 3 minutes left, God's will, you can take.
Can I just
Uh,
use 1 minute to answer Brother Mike's
Okay,
question?
let me just go this 1 minute real quick, okay? And I'm gonna make this real quick. So, brother Mike, so here's the thing: you talk about vision. I want in Nigeria, I want a Biafra, I want a I want a Nigeria where if my brother is out in the IDP camps, it doesn't matter whether I'm living in a mansion, I'm also in an IDP camp. I will fight for my brother to get relocated and repositioned to his ancestral home as much, whether it's in the north, south, east, or west. It doesn't matter if I'm having a buffet or a banquet in my house. If my brother is hungry, then I am hungry. I want a Nigeria whereby if a brigadier general is slaughtered while on duty, that the nation is going to shut down and the flag is going to flag at half mast, and the president is going to come out and talk to the nation, and we are going to mourn about our fallen heroes like they do in the United States when any soldier is fallen or is in trouble, like the last time when we had in Iran, they sent a whole bunch of soldiers to go and make sure that one soldier is rescued. You cannot have a soldier whereby
Well,
soldiers.
Godswill, that is beautiful. Truly, you've done a great job of articulating it. I see it, but we have to move on. There's other people that deserve a chance to speak. I honor and respect you. Thank you, sir. Let's move on.
Thank you.
Mike, I think you should just round off here.
Okay. Okay. Look, this is the last chapter of the book. So, this is the last book club. We will continue this conversation, we will expand it. Um, I want to leave everybody with encouragement. The Everywhere Nigerians go around the world, they do very well. I believe every person on this call, if you were truly set free, you could build something amazing. The world would take note. And I'm trying to help you achieve that. So please focus on the vision. And if you don't have it, ask God for it, or just reach into your heart. Think of a new day. Think of what you will do when you get your freedom. Don't just keep focused on the negative. Yes, we understand. Believe me, and that's not saying diminish it or lose sight of it. Of course not. But set your eyes on not on earthly things, but on things above. Your eye is your lamp of your body. What you focus on, what you dwell on, what you pay attention to, what you obsess over, becomes who you are. Focus on the hope and the vision, the dream, the aspiration, what you want to build for your grandchildren. And envision it, walk through it in your dreams, speak about that. That's what gets people excited, that's what builds movements, that's what brings change, that will unite people around. And I use the word Nigeria because it's a place on earth today. Okay, it'll unite the people around Nigeria for something new and better, to achieve that vision together. It'll bring the best of the world to you, that will be behind you, and God himself will put wind in your sails. But it doesn't work if all you focus on is the negative and what you don't want. You focus on what you want. Ask God to make it clear to you and articulate it. Find others who share that and build it, bring alignment to that vision, and it will manifest. It will manifest. So I want to leave this chapter of these chats with that. Um, in favor, I could play a song as we go, unless you have anything else you want to add, my dear.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. It has been a pleasurable 10 weeks. And
All right, I have to leave that space. I really quite. I had a good time there, but I didn't enjoy the ending part of it. Anyway, we'll make our time to. I will make our time to speak with Mike before we go for our program next. Before I will go for our program next Sunday, not this Sunday. I would have had this outing with Mike on Sunday, but it's better that way, so that I have to actually let him understand who that impersonator and that criminal Isaiah Nyogo is. Because Isaiah Nyogo, you think I will, I will, I will, I will make sure. I will make sure Isaiah Nyogo. That is Iga kana timpa boaja. So you are presenting yourself as prime minister. Eh? Hey! Isaiah Nyogo. Isaiah Nyogo. You don't know that your name is Isaiah Nyogo. You know that the history of everything you do in Maryland is online. You do know who Mike Arnold is? Mike Arnold cannot cover your nyash. I will expose you to the highest. You're a shameless man. I didn't even want to talk about you before, but now that I know that Isaiah Nyogo has gone to present himself to Mike Arnold as Prime Minister, Church Abasalan, now I will expose you. Yes, I will expose you. I swear to God who made me. Isaiah Nyogo, you are finished. Everything about you, I am already updating Mike now. I'm already updating him. All the link to Maryland, everything about you. You're a buffoon. You dare introduce yourself as a prime minister? Who born you? You forget say me a day. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. You introduce yourself to Arnold when me had already get in contact. You just Ogu. Even if my Arnold doesn't answer me, I am on social media. Me, I am on X. I go host space every day till the day. Go and find out what Mike Arnold did to Reno Mokri. Mike Arnold doesn't cover the nyash of a criminal. You and Elias Gerasolis, you bet if you see Mike Arnold, run, oh. That's if as far as you know that I am now connected to Mike Arnold, if you see him, run. Because me, bam, 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 you are mad. Isaiah knows you must be mad. You introduce yourself as prime minister of where? No, prime minister of where? Can't you go the No, let me ask you. Prime minister of where? Of Biafra? Or of Maryland? Now, the lady with Mike Arnold, she's not doing well. I must tell Mike Arnold that. I have to tell him that. Because there's a brother that when the brother speak up, the lady will just give him the mic. But each time the lady hear my name, I don't know what she is, princess. If she just hear Raphael, she will just switch off the mic. Anyway, I'm not interested in her anyway. I'm only interested in getting Mike Arnold to know the truth about what's going on. You understand? And at the end of the day, by the time we finish educating Mike Arnold, he will understand very, very well. But for Isaiah Nyogo to come and be introducing himself as the prime minister of where? Okay, Kerry. I've already told him your real name now. I've told him your real name. Now, Mike Arnold, he's savvy. He will check. Who is Isaiah Nyog? You'll find out. He will check. All the link of Maryland, I have them. All your 72 count charges, everything. I'm going to be funding Mike Arnold with all the information. So let him go and find out. Shameless idiot. You are not ashamed. Prime Minister is in prison. Master Simon is in prison. You are introducing yourself as Prime Minister. Thunder fire you there. You hear that, Maggie? And you forget that you cloned our website. Already, I have sent our website to Mike Arnold. You have already seen our website. So let me see the website you will send to Mike Arnold. Shameless criminal. Shameless criminal. So that lady is a Yoruba lady. No wonder Yoruba call. Hey, yeah. No wonder. I cannot say I had a meal with the Prime Minister of Biafra. Eh? Azanya, you are not even ashamed of yourself. You were in that meeting where Mike Arnold was and he delivered a speech. Even if you want to pretend to impersonate our prime minister as prime minister, you should have climbed that podium now. You were there. Okay, Nkere. I saw you. You were there. You were in that room. You were in that room. They have entered the space. I need to go and get in touch with Mike Arnold immediately now. You should have gotten on that podium. You saw the delivery of Mike Arnold. Everybody's, talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. You can't even express yourself. Prime Minister na-agụ gị. Prime Minister na-agụ gị. Prime Minister ị na-azọ iji eje ebe ikwutewuru okwu. Can't express yourself. You can't speak well. You're not coordinated. You want to be Prime Minister. Must you be Prime Minister? Eh? So, because Prime Minister is in prison, automatically you want to be Prime Minister. Okay, you want to be Prime Minister. What do you fit achieve? What can you achieve? What can you achieve? Shameless bingo. Now, in our Prime Minister, now Prime Minister, on Ocean Prime Minister. Let me see. I think I have a call. Hello, mommy. Eh? No, Zigaria. Oh, here you sent the Zigaria. You got him number. I'll go and get Zigaria. You manage your number. Okay. I'm live. Oh, I'm live. Keta. I'm live. Yeah, I'm already talking. I just HM now watch him say maybe need to but no problem. I'm live. Okay. You get something. Okay. So, yeah, good. Chineke mere gị ebere. Chineke mere gị ebere. Anụ mpama mmụọ. A prime minister na-agụ gị. Ịchara ịghọ prime minister. Nọ ntụ aka ihe akụrụ akụ na-esi amị. Prime minister na-agụ gị. Okoko. Otondo prime minister. I saw Success. Success shared the program where you were in the hall. I saw you. They're showing your face. Fine. It is good as a Biafran for you to represent Biafra everywhere. Okay, Kerry, you can represent Biafra everywhere. But the last thing you should ever do in your life is to go and be presenting yourself as prime minister. You know it's criminal for you to be doing that. And you know it is dishonest for you to be doing that. Okay, how do you intend to get Biafra with dishonesty? You know you are not prime minister. You know. So why are you presenting yourself as prime minister? Why? Why? Is that how you want to get Biafra? By presenting yourself as prime minister. Lying up and down. No. You shouldn't do that. And now you're doing it to the very wrong person. Go and find out what Mike Arnold did to Reno Omokri. There is a reason why they call Mike Arnold the earth shaker. There's a reason. Because you cannot bribe him just the way you cannot bribe me. If he sits down in a table and have a meal with you, that doesn't guarantee that you have won his heart for him to cover up for you. Where once Mike Arnold see your history and see your story, your name now, sorry. You can't bribe him. Go and ask Reno Mokri. Reno Mokri thought he had a friend that would cover for him. He took him to Lagos. Wanted to introduce him, use him to do some kind shine. The guy went on live TV. On live TV. By the time he found out that Reno Mokri was not what he was telling him, he already prepared a speech that he will use. They gave him something to say, but he had his own speech where he wanted to bust Reno Mokri. You didn't see it? No, you will not see it now because you are busy looking for how you overtake and overthrow Prime Minister Anum Pama. They're looking for how you overthrow Prime Minister. Okoko more. I don't know. I don't feel like talking too much this night. I wish we had a good audience tonight. I would have allowed people to speak. I wish we had a good audience. How many of us watch that space? If there's anyone that wants to speak, I can put the link for you to come up and speak. Yes, I can put the link for you to come up and speak. If there's any one of you that wants to come out and speak, I'll put the link for you to come out and speak. Otherwise, let me go and I want to go and furnish. I want to go and furnish my Arnold with everything he needs to know. I had to go and furnish my Arnold with everything he needs to know about Isaiah Nyang. Mumu. You know, I have all the dossier. I have all the dossier on Isaiah Nyang. All 72 counts, all everything. I have it. I have all the dossier. Otondo. Otondo Prime Minister. There's only one Prime Minister in Brigi. His name is Simon Ekpa. Only one. Simon Ekpa. And I am his armor bearer. You don't know? Anyway, let's see. While I put the link, maybe I'll play music and look up and see whether there is some updates. Let me see. Okay, the link, you will see it on the comment section there. It's already on the YouTube comment section. Let me play music while anyone that wants to come up, and if you want to make comment on the few things that you heard on that space, you can come up here, or any other thing you want to make comment on, you can come up. You could even call if you want to. You can call if you want to. The number to call is +39. If you look at the thing is flowing under there. +39 3510033521. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Let's call, and then let me go and see if we have any updates.
Kuleo bilisienu chukwo kikabiama usiere na nyaga kuleo bilienu chukwo kikabiama usiere na nyaga. Maximum respect to my own talented leader, Prophet Mazin Andekano. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. They came from Sahel, they came from Chad, they came from Niger, Senegal and Mali, claiming our land, killing our people because of our blessings. My God, not to be in the bushes now, they're everywhere. Kidnapping and killing people every day. Raping and killing our women and men, slaughtering them in their farmland. Hey God, kidnapping and killing Christians night and day, and nobody they talk. Timo, dividing and ruling we anyhow, as if you're not human being. My God, abducting and killing Biafrans every day, and the whole world they watch, the whole world they see. Corona, Ready for more, but you're about to make a pillow. What is happening for more? Tulio, Tumo Kinabia, Tulio, Tumo Kinabia, Corona. They split just the killers. They rape our papa, they rape our mama. He go to me, we are one. Each and every we are one people. The robo is so good, we are one. He's on security, we are one people. Go to Calabari, we are one. Calabar and Nibo, we are one. He go to me, we are one. Each and every we are one people. The robo is so good, we are one. It's also good, we are one people. We're going to Calabari, we are one. Calabari and Nibo, we are one people. They split us, just the killers. They rape our papa, they rape our mama. They rape our wives, they rape our girls. They rape our sisters, raping even our children. Raping their car with the consonant to women with the top of the down. I want to worship in the golden altar. You said you're going to build in Arnold. We are all in Biafrans, we gather together to worship Him, the Elohim. We are all in Biafrans, we gather together to worship Him, in one accord. We are all in Biafrans, all the world together to worship the Elohim. I love to worship in the golden altar. You said you're going to build in Arnold. Members round the globe.
All right. All right. So let's listen to. There's a video I have just seen now. I think we should play that video from our brother Charles Okocha. Let's see. It says Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer takes Tinubu, Attorney General of Federation, Nigerian military to court over terrorist reintegration. Let's listen. I think I saw that.
Evening of Friday, April 24 is today, 2026. Good evening, everyone. The human rights lawyer, Dr. Maxwell Opara, or people know him as Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, has dragged President Tinubu, Nigeria Army, and Attorney General of the Federation to court, asking court to stop the reintegration of repentant insurgents into the society. The human rights lawyer, Maxwell Opara, has prayed the Federal High Court in Abuja to restrain the Nigerian military from further reintegrating repentant insurgents into the society. Opara also sought an order of mandatory injunction compelling the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, to initiate and pursue criminal prosecution of over 700 repentant Boko Haram insurgents. He said their prosecution will be in accordance with the provision of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022, the Administration of Criminal Justice Act of 2015, and all other relevant laws. The legal practitioner, in a fresh suit marked FHC-ABJ CS/20 837/2026 sought an order directing the Nigerian Army to immediately suspend the Operation Safe Corridor reintegration program pending the hearing and final determination of the suit. The originating summon filed on April 23 by Opara named the Nigerian Army, AGF, and the President as first to third respondent respectively. Now, I know that Maswell Opara, he doesn't need introduction on the Nigerian internet space. People know him as Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, and he's a human rights lawyer. The respect I have for this man increased, not the day he said he's going to do it, but today that he went to court to file this case. Do you know why the respect I have for him increased? Now, everybody have been complaining about the reintegration of the repentant terrorists into the society, which I know that they are never repented. They have not repented, and they cannot. They know what they are doing. They know the mission. They know what they are doing. Someone who have an ideology all over his life for 40 years, for 30 years, for 25 years, depending on their age, you mean the person could be captured, not willingly surrendering. The person could be captured in the bush. Then you take the person to one place, you'll be feeding him for 6 months. After 6 months, you release him. You said you have de-radicalized him. Like, this is laughable. Now, the reason why I am holding Maxwell Opara to high esteem at this moment is because last year, we approached up to 5 lawyers. When we approached 5 lawyers, we told them that look at the confessions of these people, both Kawu Baraje and the rest. They admitted that the coalition of Buhari, CPC, and Tinubu ACN imported terrorists into the country. I mean, they admitted. This is not an allegation. Can you help us to approach the Federal High Court? Let them give a subpoena to these people to appear in court to explain to the court how they were boasting, or how they are boasting that they imported terrorists into the country. They further went on to claim that they did not import this Fulani militia into the country to destroy the country, that they only imported them for the purpose of election. And I ask, how can someone import foreigners into the country to destabilize the election? You said it's not to destabilize the country. This admission you people are making that you imported it, like they were doing it, not because they don't know that that is treasonable, but they are doing it because they have seen Nigerians as fools. They have seen their activists as people who do not concentrate on things that matter. So they come out to do it, and we wanted lawyers to go to the court. Now, pay attention. We were not focusing that we will have justice from the court. We were planning something. And what could that be? Once the case goes to court, meaning we have established a legal standing against people who imported the terrorists. Now, the next thing is to draw the relevant authorities and people that are interested from around the world to the matter. Then we will now start going to global medias to make sure we bring these people to book. Like the 5 lawyers were telling us that this is a high-profile case. This is a case that if we take it up, it concerns even people in the presidency, that we can't do that. We can't finish it if we start it. Like, we were discouraged to do that. I'm not a lawyer. If I am a lawyer, I don't need anybody's permission. I walk to court and fight the suit. And that is what Maxwell Opara has done. So even though this case, maybe at the end, it did not go well, you know, they owns everything. Maybe at the end, the judiciary did not go ahead to stop it. Or even though the judiciary stopped it and the army did not obey the court order, you know how Nigeria operates now. They might not even obey the court order. Even when the court will give an injunction, court will rule against them. If they choose to obey it, they will obey it. If they choose not to obey it, they will not obey it. Okay? So, even though maybe it goes that way, but I have maximum respect for this man. I have maximum respect for this man because this man is doing what other people are not doing. This is the way to go. If we have lawyers who are doing things like this, I don't think that all this rascality of terrorism will be like this. As Maxwell Opara is handling this one, how I wish another person will go and sue Shegumi, sue DSS, sue the army and the police that follow Shegumi to meet the terrorists, that said they know their location, they know their name, they know where they are. So why are they allowing these terrorists to kill the soldiers if they know where they are, if they have their phone number? They know their name. You talk with them. You send Shegumi with them, with the police, DSS, and the police. And after meeting them, they will go. Then the terrorists will still come and kill the soldiers. What is wrong with black man? What is wrong with black man? So this is the situation that I wanted things to be going. Not because maybe as he sued Tinubu to say, he sued Attorney General of the Federation, and he sued the Nigerian army. Not because he sued them that maybe everything will just go well. That is not it. Maybe at the end they could be postponing the thing, but he is establishing something. If there is no one that call evil, it means that everybody is supporting the evil. And that is why anytime I'm speaking up, I want people to speak up. You have a voice. Speak up. Even though you can't do anything, just speak forth. Speak forth. The bar is rising against Tinubu's administration. Apart from what Ted Cruz is saying, what he's deliberating in the House, that Tinubu's administration is complicit to terrorism. In other words, Senator Ted Cruz is saying that Tinubu's administration are directly sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. However, Mike Arnold, day before yesterday, was still on congressional hearing where Mike Arnold was totally off. Like, when I mean he was off, he was not just trying to be politically correct. I hope so many people have listened to that video. So he was not trying to be politically correct. He was hitting the nail at the head, and he knows what he wants. He's saying that the US will arrest people in Tinubu's administration. US should arrest people in Tinubu's administration that they are responsible for the killing. Now, don't pay attention when outsiders say it like that. I want you to start from the insiders. Kunde Ondawumi said the same thing. T.Y. Danjuma said the same thing. A lot of people are saying the same thing. Both General Rabo, to mention but few. What is it called? Both El-Rufai, Babada, people who are still the same people with Tinubu, they make the same statement that Tinubu and Rebado are sponsoring insecurity. El-Rufai went on to say on national television that Tinubu made it a policy to be paying these terrorists, these bandits, through NSA Rebado. That allegation was not debunked up till now. Like, where do we start? So, I really appreciate Maxwell Opara. I know this is not easy. You know, when you do something like this, you will enter into the radar of DSS. DSS might start tracking your number. Police can put, for CID, they can put your phone on their radar. Every incoming call will be tracked. Every hour, they will wiretape your line. They will be tapping your line to know whether someone is sponsoring you to do that, to know whether there is any external influence. If there is any external influence, DSS can just come after you, even though you are doing the right thing. So I urge people to be very careful when you are doing something like this. But when I mean very careful, I do not mean that you should be afraid of what you are doing. We all are going to die. Only one thing is remaining. Only one thing is remaining. Let us lose our fear. The day we lose our fear, everything will be in order, because everybody will take their place. Anything we want, it will happen. Anything we want, it will happen. But we just have to lose the fear. We just have to lose the fear. You know, fear, tribalism, so many things. This is why Nigeria can never be one. If you call for this part will say, no, this one is like something that is not one can never be one. That is the problem. Something that is not one can never be one. Anyway, I really like what Maxwell Opara did. When we had End Bad Governance protest, so many of us were arrested. Some persons were charged for treason and so on and so forth. Just imagine. And terrorists, you are integrating them into the society. And protesters, you are charging them for treason. Black man. Black man. Like, something is definitely wrong with us. Something is definitely wrong with us. Anyway, let's see how the case goes. I will keep you updated.
Once a minor commit a crime, no matter the level of that crime, you try the minor under juvenile law. That one is a separate ballgame altogether. Now, you are talking about United Nations resolution. United Nations resolution is not automatic. This is a resolution. It's advisory. It is now left for each sovereign state to look at your own peculiar laws, look at your own peculiar circumstances before you now apply it. Now, one, you should check whether that resolution is even in conflict with your own law. If it is in conflict with your own law, it cannot be applied. That one is one. Then two, if you must apply it, there must be amendment, legislative amendment on that particular issue. That one is also on that. Then two, you should also check the level of crime. Madam Ayo, last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, how many generals were killed? Yesterday, how many persons were adopted in Benue by all these terrorists? And instead of you to look for a way to address it, you are busy reintegrating people into the system. I'm assuring you they are creating more harm than good, because those people, okay, Madam, have you think about that boy that lost the father and the mother? That man that lost the entire family. And you are now reintegrating the person in the same community, and you want the person to be watching the person. They are creating, this thing is creating more harm than good, and we should stop it. In the first instance, United Nations brought it when the issue of terrorism in a particular nation has come down. Now, the people in the IDP campus have left IDP camp to the various communities. You can now think about those who committed the act. The victims of this terrorist act, they are still in the IDP camp. And instead of you to think about how to rehabilitate them, instead of you to think about how to make their welfare there, and you are using our hard-earned money to say that you are rehabilitating a criminal under 6 months, it will not stand. We will protest against it.
Wow, you see, there's something about Maxwell that is very unique, very unique. And remember how I eulogize him most of the time, and the time he wanted to waka somehow, I corrected him, and he correct himself, he come back, when he wanted to follow one fake pastor. Anyway, that one is bygone. Anyway, thank you, Maxwell. That's more like it. That's more like it. You're doing well, and we appreciate you. Well done. Well done. Yeah, well done. Thank you very much. That's a wonderful one. And we really need to continue to engage. Honestly, I am very, something has really triggered me this evening. And it looks like Biafrans are not ready to engage more tonight. I think I need to end it here. If there is other things I will bring up, I will come up with it. Until then, let's see. We'll just continue to share all the things we've got, all the messages we've got. We'll continue to share. Yeah. We'll continue to share. Let me see if there are, all the updates. No, there's no new update I've shared so far. I'll leave it here, brethren. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's just enjoy some music, and then I'll call it a night. Yeah, mom. One of our mommy just told me that she loved our music very much. So let me play it like 2 times, and then so that she will enjoy it again and again.
Hi, what causes in a woman I could retire? The belly wamo, billion, but the man to many people, what is happening in the world? Kulio, bilio, Chukoki Kabiama. Borona nyaga, kulio, bilio, Chukoki Kabiama, Borona nyaga, kulio, bilisiano, Chukoki Kabiama, Pusera nyaga, kulio, biliano, Chukoki Kabiama, Pusera nyaga. Maximum respect to my own talented leader, Prophet Mazin Nandekano. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. They came from Sahel, they came from Chad, they came from Niger. Senegal and Mali, claiming our land, oh, killing our people because of our blessings. My God, go to the bushes now, they're everywhere. Kidnapping and killing people every day. Raping and killing our women and men. Slaughtering them in their family. Hey God, kidnapping and killing Christians night and day. And nobody they talk. Timo, dividing and ruling we anyhow. As if you're not human being, my God. Abducting and killing Biafrans every day. And the whole world they watch, the whole world they see. They split us just in the killers. They rape our papa, they rape our mama. He go down, we go do me, we are one. Each and every bank, we are one people. The robo is so good, we are one. He's on security, we are one people. Ogoni Calabari, we are one. Calabar and Igbo, we are one. He go down, we go do me, we are one. Each and every bank, we are one people. Robo is so good, we are one. He's on security, we are one people. Ogoni Calabari, we are one. Calabar and Igbo, we are one people. They split us, just the killers. They rape our papa, they rape our mama. They rape our wives, they rape our girls. They rape our sisters, raping even our children. Raping their car when they consider to women with the top of the down. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, your foundation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, do the one nation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, your foundation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, Massimo, Durani Labasian, Mohamadike, Durani Labasian. I want to worship in the golden altar. You said you're going to build in Arnold to go. We are all in Biafrans, we gather together to worship Him, the Elohim. We are all in Biafrans, we gather together to worship Him, in one accord. We are all in Biafrans, all the world together to worship the Elohim. I love to worship in the golden altar. You said you're going to build in Arnold to go. Massimo, you like it, Mohamadike, you like it, when you do, you like it, when you do, you like it, Massimo, you like it, Mohamadike, you like it, when you do, you like it, you like it, I love you, Ola, you like it, I love you, Ola, you like it, I love you, Ola, I love you, Ola, I love you, respect you, Mr. Brand, Simon Ekpa, and all the IPOP members around the globe. Obaromo Biafra ne Papa, Obaromo Biafra ne Tininkuo. Hi, what causes in a woman I could retire? If you barely go more, believe. But you can't too many people, only 7 in the world. Kulio, Bilio, Chukoki Kabiama, Borona Nyaga, Kulio, Bilio, Chukoki Kabiama, Borona Nyaga, Kulio, Bilisiano, Chukoki Kabiama, Uzerana Nyaga, Kulio, Biliano, Chukoki Kabiama, Uzerana Nyaga. Maximum respect to my own talented leader, Prophet Mazinan Dekano. You kept quiet. quiet, America kept quiet. UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet. UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet. UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet. UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. They came from Sahel, they came from Chad, they came from Niger, Senegal and Mali, claiming our land, killing our people because of our blessings. My God, go to the bushes now, they're everywhere. Kidnapping and killing people every day. Raping and killing our women and men, slaughtering them in their family. Hey God, kidnapping and killing Christians night and day, and nobody they talk. Timo, dividing and ruling we anyhow, as if you're not human being. My God, abducting and killing Biafrans every day, and the whole world they watch, the whole world they see. They split us just the killers. They rape our papa, they rape our mama. He go down, he go do me, we are one. Each and every bank, we are one people. The robo is so good, we are one. He's on security, we are one people. Go to Calabari, we are one. Calabar and Igbo, we are one. He go down, he go do me, we are one. Each and every bank, we are one people. Robo is so good, we are one. He's also good, we are one people. We're going to Calabari, we are one. Calabar and Igbo, we are one people. They split us, just the killers. They rape our papa, they rape our mama. They rape our wives, they rape our girls. They rape our sisters, raping even our children. Raping their car with the concealer to women with the top of the car. Small, small, small. Amen. Yeah. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, your foundation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, you do the one nation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, your foundation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, Massimo, Durani Labasien, Mahamadike, Durani Labasien. I want to worship in the golden altar. You said you're going to build in Arnold. We are all in Biafrans, we gather together to worship Him, the Elohim. We are all in Biafrans, we gather together to worship Him, in one accord. We are all in Biafrans, all the world together to worship the Elohim. I love to worship in the golden altar. You said you're going to build in Arnold. Massimo, Durani Labasien, Mohamadike, Durani Labasien. When I do, Durani Labasien. When I do, Durani Labasien. Massimo, Durani Labasien, Mohamadike, Durani Labasien. When I do, Durani Labasien, Durani Labasien. I love you, Ola, Durani Labasien. I love you, Ola, Durani Labasien. I love you, Ola, I love you. Respect you, Mr. Brand, Simon Pepper, and all the high pop members around the globe. Ọbàrún mú Biafra ní Biafra, ọbàrún mú Biafra ní Tinubu. Biafra na meheranyi onuzo ke Biafra meheranyi onuzo ke Biafra Tell me what we do, everybody want to kill us. They want to take what belongs to us. Try. We they love our neighbors, so we they love ourselves too. So it is written in the holy book. Try. You find a channel, na meranyi biko kodo onyolu welu kwonu aya na meranyi no onyolu welu kwonu onyo chai chukwu kikele anyị na bogi bia nyela the time is now. We want to go. Remember your promises. Oh, na me oh, onuzo ke Biafra. Merani onuzo ke Biafra. Na merani onuzo ke Biafra. Merani onuzo ke Biafra. Ndiro marani buruburu. Anachi wepunda anyị n'ike. Shaka. Oh, they are holding our lead. Mazina Bika. Now is Prime Minister. Mazin Simon. We shall rise and defend our land. The land of rising sun is our hope. Yogi Bikonu Sitende Mosiki Kamehe Iwele
What to vibes?
Struggle autopilot until Nandi come out. Simon not the pilot. Go to hell, tell Elisa we no give up. We Charlie for call, tell and say we conquer. Now our destiny, we born to save Africa. Freedom and restoration. If you no get mine, come up, but all you collect, woto. Oppression, Python dance, it no stop us. Army killers, it no stop us. Tinipu hunger, no reach us. Them kidnap and the jailer, we still focus. Oh yeah, everywhere for Nigeria don't rocket. Oh yeah, we put the struggle for the pilot. Nigerians they complain, say hunger too much, say suffer too much. But my people gallant, 10 billion thanks to Tim Ojuku, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, all in Biafra. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Biafra well independence, Freedom to Africa, yeah. Bye bye to Nigeria. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Despite sins and myself, the struggle saboteurs us. Said the struggle to Eastern governors. Rest in peace to all our gallant soldiers with them fall. Respect to all our fallen heroes with them fight. Yeah, despite all the realization, tribulation, we still stand our nation. Get support from United Nations, Joe Biden nations, ISIS and Arabic nations. We still sing our freedom song. Oh yeah, oh yes, everywhere from Nigeria down rugged. Oh yeah, oh yeah, we put the struggle for two Nigerians. They complain, hey, say hunger too much, hey, say suffer too much, hey, but my people gallant. Million thanks to Timoju, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, all in Biafra. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Biafra when independence, yeah. Freedom to Africa, yeah. Bye bye to Nigeria. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Struggle autopilot. Continue and they come out. Simon and the pilot. Focus. Struggle